Welcome back to the TTB Nation podcast station. I like that jingle. Where we talk about all legalese and help the micro distiller, or is it a nano distiller, winery, and brewery, build up a following and make it that they can sell to them more than just baseball caps by working the legal system without losing everything for what's essentially ordinary deliveries in a glorified 3-tier system. Yes, so let me explain the 3-tier system for a minute. For those that don't know, or those abroad that want to get into the U.S. market. The most important part of the 3-tier system that you need to understand, and understand it very well, if you are an artist, a winery, a brewery, or distillery, you need to view the distributor, as not even a glorified, and I repeat, not even a glorified USPS, UPS, FedEx, Europeans for you, DHL. They're not even a glorified delivery system. They are an unglorified delivery system that charges you a glorified rate for a service that's not provided. This may sound very harsh, but this is the reality that you need to get used to understanding. It will just lower your blood pressure. Okay? So your product was delivered to the warehouse. They placed the order. They didn't pay you yet. Maybe legally they have to. That's not what we're discussing over here, what they legally have to do. We're just going to state the reality. And now there's marketing to stores because it's 3-tiered. You're not allowed to have a relationship with this store, right? Who's doing the tasting and who's covering the tab? You may not be able to have a relationship with the stores, but you got to send in that taster. You may not be able to have a relationship with the store, but who's paying for those tags that go on the windows? Oh, and the distributor might want to mark up for putting those up and prioritizing you over other distilleries, wineries, or breweries. So, look, you got to also be in newspapers and on the radio. Maybe not the radio anymore. Maybe on a podcast like this. Of your product being promoted, because who else will promote your product? This is the harsh reality of the industry. And then, to top it all off, you don't have time to be anywhere self-represent because, hey, you're the artist creating everything. You got all the distillers that don't distill. They're distillers in name only that are out there every single day banging the pavement. It's tough. Look, I give it to you. It's very tough. It's almost inconceivable you'll be successful. So what I tell wineries, breweries, distilleries is the best representative of you is you. So either you got to market your home location, bring people in, build up the DTC, or find an ally, someone that will work with you and represent you and gain from you when you're successful. Now, most distributors have multiple accounts, and they're like, look, whichever one earns me the most money. And that is not to your benefit. The reason being because lower prices is the easiest way to sell. But guess what? Eventually you're left with nothing. So that can't be the best way. The best way, essentially, is to work the system. And that is what TTBMath does. And then you self-represent and you don't give 40% over to the distributor. But if you really want deep down, bring in the clients to your location, your distillery, your winery, your brewery. Don't hide. Be passionate. Shake hands, whether you like it or not. Give them taste from the wine barrels, from the whiskey barrels. You take that tool, stick it in, pull it out. Look, I'm not saying to do anything against the wall. Against, what did I say, the wall? Must have drank something. Against the law. All I'm trying to say is you need to self-attract at your distillery. Maybe have them grind the corn. I mean, register them as a distiller if you need to. You need to grow up the passion around you and your location. And this is not easy. Most of us are introverts. We don't like getting out there and bringing people in, or we don't feel appreciated. You know that insulting question, why is your bottle better than a $30 bottle? I love it. It's tough. It's tough. And you need to prepare. And the first 5, 6, 7, or even 50 that walk into your distillery, you are going to feel rejected from. But guess what? The 51st you're going to pitch. And he will pitch it on to his friends. Because people like sharing. Because when you share, you're showing that you have knowledge. In a sense, I am better than you. Let me share with you, let you into a secret. It's a form of currency, social currency. And that is what you're sharing, a social currency, when they come into your distillery, your winery, your brewery. You are sharing a social currency. That is the knowledge. And that is the most important part. The experience, the sensation. They can watch on YouTube, you're thinking. They can watch it on TTBMath. Well, they should. The art that you do. But there's all the senses in your winery, brewery, distillery that they will experience when they come in physically. They will meet you and they look up to you. Otherwise, why are they coming, right? There's a sense of, hey, you're a larger-than-life figure in what you create. And this is something you should be proud of. You should dress if you could. I never promote merch, but merch is free advertisement. So put merch on. You need to focus on your core, on who you are. Social media. You can reach out to me. We'll give you guidance. All of that. Hey, look. What should I tell you? I'm on the phone. Use the bare minimum if you can. You got a small budget. Use a smartphone. Set up. Look at my setup. We're running the podcast. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to give it your all. People appreciate it. Now that you got those orders, they come and get their information. Put it into the CRM. TTBMath has a CRM. Their birthday, you got to have their birthday. Send them. We can automate it. A regards. Happy birthday. You can personalize it even better. Gift them, if they live local, a visit for their birthday to create something. Make it a physical presence. The next step is make offers in the mail. You could do paper mail. People don't get pretty paper mail anymore. It's touching. It's unique. It's stamped. It's an experience. Think about that thrill, and it's free. A discounted coupon. All these things are tremendous, tremendous attractions. You're interacting. You're being larger than life. You're being a very physical presence. Working out how to get the bottle to them. That's what TTBMath will do. Sign it up. We'll deal with that at another point. When you get the sales, when you get the foot traffic, and you get the requests, you need to bring people in. You need to interact with them. Build a social network. There's a famous saying, the more we're disconnected, the more we need to connect. And that is what you are doing. Focus on the connection, on the smile and the shaking of hands. Looking forward to hosting you next week on the TTBMath platform. Send over more questions. We love questions. Like this week's question was, what's that black floating around in the whiskey bottles that I buy from small distillers? Answer is the char from the barrel. It actually means it's legitimate and it's not some fake syrup put in there with some blenders. And tips to all those out there watching, look for those bottles in the stores because those are, no pun intended, the real McCoy. Take care and have a wonderful week. And enjoy your bottle of bourbon from your local distillery or beer or wine.